Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Morning Coffee with Kevin. I'm your host, Kevin Peterson. It's great to have you back. I am so looking forward to today. I have a lot going on, and I wanted to kind of talk to everybody about it. So, I don't know that I've mentioned it in this podcast. I know that I mentioned it in some of my other podcasts that I did, but I have always been kind of a hands-on guy when it comes to being involved in the music industry. And, really, when I was growing up as a young kid and getting into the music industry was such a different place at that particular point in time. And you had to be a little savvy. You had to be able to do other stuff than just, having a great ear for music or mixing or whatever. And you had to have a background in electrical engineering. You had to know how to build stuff, whether it be an outboard signal processor or whatever, and you had to know how to do stuff like that. So I learned a lot from when I first got into the music industry. And I always felt the need to want to build something in something new, for whatever purpose and reason. But I did. And, and now that I'm retired from my main job, I've decided one of the things that I really want to kind of start getting back into is building hi-fi equipment, whether it be a tube amp for your home listening system, or it be a monitoring system, a speaker system. I want to build audio gear, and I've designed and I've built a few pieces over the years. And I'm being modest, I've built actually quite a bit of stuff over the years, and I've learned a lot. So I'm getting ready to start building again, and I'm going to start by building bookshelf speakers. But I don't want to build just any bookshelf speakers. I want to build some that people can really utilize and get a lot of enjoyment out of. Whether you're sitting them on a desk and using them with your computer, or you're listening to your lossless audio files like FLAC files. I really want to design some small bookshelf speakers that are universal, that people will get a lot of use and a lot of enjoyment out of, which kind of leads me to this question that I have for my listeners. And you all know that my email is in the description of the podcast. It's in the description of every podcast that we've put out so far. So I'm asking my listeners to give me some input if you can help me out here. In the old days, we did everything from scratch. We really did. We built everything in-house, and that was just kind of the way it worked. And now, with technology being the way it is, excuse me, and just having access to stuff that we never had access to before, it's made it a lot easier for me to build stuff and to do it in an economical manner, so that I'm not having to charge a fortune for this stuff, and the end user can benefit from this by picking up the product a little cheaper than they would if they were going to a local hi-fi shop, or buying it online or whatever. But getting to my question, I wanted to ask my listeners if any of my listeners have ever purchased anything through AliExpress. I have not. I have never used this app, AliExpress. I've heard good things about it, and I've heard some bad things about it. And the bad things I've heard, people have gotten basically screwed out of their money or didn't get the product that they had ordered. And, and I've had other people tell me that they've had nothing but great luck, and the products that they get are solid, they're well made, and, that's kind of what I'm wanting to know, because I have found prefabricated speaker cabinets for me to build some of the systems that I'm wanting to build. I have found the prefabricated cabinets meeting the specifications that I'm looking for on AliExpress. I'm assuming, and I said I'm just assuming, I don't really know a lot about AliExpress, but I do know that it is a collection of these giant Chinese manufacturing companies who've all kind of come together. If I'm correct, if I'm wrong, please correct me, because I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming that a lot of these big Chinese companies have come together and created AliExpress, and they sell their products directly to the public instead of going through a distributor and just distributing themselves. And by this happening, they're able to offer a better price. And I found some beautiful oak speaker cabinets, even some walnut ones, and they meet the specifications that I'm looking for, and they're reasonably priced, and I have been considering purchasing these cabinets through AliExpress. But again, like I said, I really don't have a lot of knowledge of this site and how it works. So I'm asking if anybody can give me some input, whether they think this would be a good idea, is it a bad idea? Any input that you can provide me will be greatly appreciated. So, I started, oh my gosh, I don't even know when it was. Must have been about 2010, 2000, was it 2009? Sometime between 2007 and 2010, I started Dylan Audio Laboratories, and we had a few designs. I say a few. We had, it would take, maybe I don't know. We probably had, I say a few. We had about 30. We had about 30 designs for speakers that we were going to manufacture. And at that time, money was pretty tight. I had formed the company, and we had built some prototypes. Those prototypes are still, to this day, in service. I built them. I shared them with friends and family. These people still have these prototypes and are using them today. And I've thought very seriously about finally getting around to building these, or possibly building some other designs that I had come up with. And so I'm not really sure what I'm going to build yet. I know one in particular design that I am definitely going to go with. And like I said, I was able to find cabinets on AliExpress that met my exact specifications. So I thought that was a good deal. But I'm going to start introducing some budget-friendly, high-end speakers that I'm going to start building in my little shop, and I am going to start selling them to the public. And, if any of you are familiar with the name Vandersteen Audio, which is a huge company now, they got their start building loudspeakers in their garage in a little shop. And now they're known worldwide, and they're a famous high-end builder. So, I'm not looking to become the next Vandersteen, but I would like to, be able to provide a quality product at a reasonable price. Not that Vandersteen was always budget friendly. They made some pretty high-end stuff. But I would like to make some budget-friendly, high-end loudspeakers that the average person can afford. And, I guess I kind of want to do that because I feel people's pain when it comes to thinking, oh gosh, I would really love to have a pair of those speakers. They sound so beautiful, but they're just out of my range. They're out of my budget. I can't afford those. And I think that really rings true today with the way our world is and the way that prices have gotten since COVID, and just how outrageous things are, And I truly feel that businesses and manufacturers today take advantage of the public. And, it's like, I don't want to be taken advantage of. I want to feel like I'm getting a good deal. And I'm going to go with a product from a company who I feel is on my side. I don't want to buy something from somebody who I know is just out to screw the public and make money. That's not me. I'm not into that. So with that being said, I really want to start building maybe just a handful of speaker components, cabinets a year. Maybe do, 8 or 10 units a year, or sets, sets of speakers a year. I don't want to get too crazy involved in building thousands of them every year because, I just don't have the time. And, most of you know that I am very involved in my music production and my film production and doing this podcast and brewing beer and taking care of my son and, everything else that goes along with everyday life. So, I really don't want to build stuff on a level of major production, if you will. I just want to build some boutique, hand-built, nice, high-end speakers for the average person, and so that the average person can afford them. And I just think that would be, that would be something that I would enjoy doing, and it's something that I know that I have enjoyed doing in the past, and I'd like to just kind of try my hand at it again. I've even designed a couple tube amps, and I would love to build some tube amps and be able to sell them too, and maybe some phono stage pre's that are tube driven. I don't know. I'm just talking nonsense now, but that's really kind of what I want to do. And so just getting back to the question, if anybody has any input on AliExpress and what I can, anticipate from, ordering from them, I would greatly appreciate it. That would really help me out. And, I'd really like to get started on a project. I have an idea for a set of self-powered speakers that I want to build for, maybe use in an office, a small apartment. You could use them as computer speakers. they're going to be very versatile, and I've been working on this design for a very long time now, but I would really like to see these become reality, and I'd really like to be able to build these. So, it's something I'm going to work on. But anyways, if anybody can give me some input on AliExpress, I'd greatly appreciate it. So, moving on to the next subject for the podcast today, I want to talk about my CD release, and I have mentioned this before. It is coming up very soon, and I am getting very nervous because and I say we, my record company, myself, and promoters, and everybody that's involved in this project, we have had a very, very difficult time finding a venue. And I think I had mentioned it before that the venue we had locked in and that we were going to use bailed on us because they double booked, and we were the double of the bookings. So we didn't get the venue, and the person that had booked it first got the venue, which, that was the right thing to do, but it left me in a really bad position. So I'm still looking for a venue, but we're getting closer. And I have some appointments lined up later today to go talk to some people. So I'm hoping that in our next podcast, I can come back with some really great news and say, yes, we have a venue. This is where the CD release is going to be. And, this is going to benefit anybody who wants to come to the event. Possibly. It's not going to benefit me or my record label at all. There is a possibility that this is going to end up being held at an outdoor venue. Now, the downfall to having this at an outdoor venue is that I'm going to not have a whole lot of control over people just piling in to see what's going on and checking things out. So basically, if this is what's going to happen, then anybody who is holding a ticket will have access to meet me, to possibly win a prize, to have access to the after party. But it's going to be hard to stop people from just crowding in and wanting to just, check out what's going on, because it's going to be in a public place, and, anybody's going to have access to it. So that may not be all that great, but I still have plenty of tickets left. At this point, I'm going to take a bath. My record company's going to take a bath on this. At this point, we're probably just going to start handing out tickets to anybody that wants them and would like to come. And it's first come, first serve. When they're gone, and that's it. So we were originally charging for the tickets, and I think at this point we're probably just going to be handing them out to anybody who's interested in coming. And I'm going to start probably handing out a few tickets probably in the next couple days to some people that have already expressed that they would like to be there. So with that being said, that's kind of where things are at with the CD release, and I'm really, really trying to get this straightened out soon so that I can come back and say, hey, okay, this is where it's going to be before we run out of time. So other than that, wow, we're still working on a video for the release of our single, which will also be available May 13th, and it will be available on all platforms. So I'm really excited about that. The video will be released on that same day. Like I said, we're still working on the video for the song, and the single is actually called Early Morning Rain. And so the single will be available, like I said, on all platforms, and the video for the single will be available on our YouTube channel. And I've mentioned it before. If you're not already familiar with it, our YouTube channel can be accessed through the link on the description of this podcast. All of them, all of the podcasts that we have put out have a link to our YouTube channel. So there's no reason why you can't go over and subscribe and check out the content that we're going to have available there. So that's really it for today. I hope everybody has had a cup of coffee this morning, 2 cups, 3 cups, whatever. I hope you're getting a great start to your day. I know I am running behind on my coffee. I have started my first cup, and that's it. So I am going to end this podcast, and I'm going to finish my coffee and possibly have another cup because it is a little chilly in here, and I believe the weather outside is not all that great. So I think I'm just going to sit back, enjoy another cup of coffee, and enjoy my day, and I'm going to get busy on this CD release party so I can come back soon and let you know where it is going to be held. And I look forward to seeing a lot of you there. This really means a lot to me, and I'm just very, very excited about it. But most important, people, I'm asking, please send me an email. Let me know what you think of AliExpress. If I do not hear anything back from anybody in the next 4 or 5 days, I think I'm probably going to go ahead and just take my chances and probably order these cabinets and just see what kind of quality I end up with. And hopefully it's a great experience. If it's not, well, then I know, I'm going to end up having to build them myself. And that's not a problem neither, because I have a great furniture builder, furniture quality woodworker within my reach, and he is absolutely amazing. So if it doesn't turn out to be what I expect, I can have him build the cabinets. It may set me back on the build time a little bit, but that's okay too. Once they're done, once the cabinets are done, then I can start assembling and doing what I need to do. And as soon as I've actually got some speakers built and ready for sale, I will definitely mention that on the podcast if anybody's interested. And I know there's not a lot of people interested. At least within my little group, I know there's not a whole lot of people that are interested in do-it-yourself audio projects. But for those of you who are, please let me know. And I can send you some pictures, specifications, and some prices of some of the kits that I'm going to be building. And I say kits, most of them are going to be from scratch. There may be 1 or 2 kits that I'm going to build along the way, but most of it is going to be from scratch, and they're going to be from my own personal designs. So anyways, I'm going to let you guys go so that you can start your day. I hope you have a wonderful day today. Be good to yourself. Be good to your neighbors. Just be kind. Peace. You've been listening to Morning Coffee with Kevin, and I'm your host, Kevin Peterson. Have a great day.